Park Preparatory High School, and in the spirit of Native American Heritage Month, I am reading Rainbow Crow, retold by Nancy Van Laan and illustrated by Beatrice Vidal. Long, long ago, before the two-legged walked the earth, the weather was always warm and the animals were always happy, covering the earth with a sparkling softness. The animals, seeing the snow for the first time, were not afraid. But soon the snow deepened and Mouse disappeared. The tip of his tail was all the animals could see, and they began to worry. Then Rabbit disappeared. The tips of his ears were all the animals could see, and they worried more. At last they gathered together in a clearing deep inside the forest to talk about the weather. What was needed, they decided, was a messenger to travel at once to the great sky spirit and ask him to stop the snow. But who would be willing to leave Earth to visit a distant place where the sky spirit dwelled? Possum said, "Owl is the wisest. Perhaps we should go." But no, the animals whispered. He might get lost in the light of day, so Owl should not go. The Beaver said, "Perhaps Raccoon should go." But no, the animals argued. He might follow his tail instead of his nose, so Raccoon should not go. Then the Skunk said, "Perhaps Coyote should go." But no, the animals shouted. Coyote is clever and loves to play tricks. He might chase the clouds or swallow the wind, so Coyote should not go. Scritcher, scritcher, screecher, scratcher, yippa yappa, yow-hee yow. The noisy animals screeched and howled because they could not decide who should go visit this great sky spirit to ask him to stop the snow. And so the snow grew deeper and deeper and deeper, and the small animals climbed on top of the tall animals so they could not disappear. Suddenly, down from the top of the tallest tree flew a rainbow crow, the most beautiful bird on earth, who called out to all the animals below in the sweetest voice of birds he sang. And he sang, "I will go, I will stop the snow." And the animals, happy at last to have Crow as their messenger, chanted a song of praise. Hi-ya, 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 rain, rainbow crow, stop the snow crow, fly to the sky high, rain, rainbow crow, hi-ya, 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 hi-ya. Then high up into the sky flew Rainbow Crow far above the snow and the wind of the earth, but beyond the moon, the stars and the clouds. For 3 days Crow flew until he came up to the great sky spirit, who was too busy to notice. So Rainbow Crow began to sing, "Oh great sky spirit in the sky, you've ruled the earth from way up high. You make the creatures large and small, you are the rulers of us all. You make the trees and flowers grow, you cause the wind and clouds to blow. You make the rain, you make the snow, you make the colder on earth below. Oh great sky spirit in the sky, for you I sing this lullaby." The great spirit stopped to listen. Never before had he heard such a sweet voice sing such a beautiful song, and he told Crow to choose a gift. Now Crow knew that far below on earth the snow was getting so deep that soon all the animals would disappear. So he asked the great sky spirit to stop the snow. The great spirit replied, "No, Crow, I cannot stop the snow, for the snow has a spirit of its own. When snow spirit leaves the clouds to visit with his friend wind spirit, the snow will stop, but earth will still be cold." So Crow asked the great spirit to stop the cold. The great spirit replied, "No, Crow, I cannot stop the cold. All I can do is give you a gift of fire. Fire will keep you warm and will melt the snow so that your friends will be content until warm weather returns." The great spirit picked up a stick, put a bit of fire on the end of it, and handed it to Crow. "I will give you this gift but once. Hurry, fly back to earth before the fire disappears." And off flew Crow. On the first day, as Crow flew down, showering sparks of fire darkened his tail feathers. On the second day, as Crow flew down, the fire burned brighter and the stick grew shorter, and all of Crow's feathers were covered with soot. On the third day, as Crow flew down, the fire was so hot and the stick was so short that smoke and ash flew into Crow's mouth, and his voice became cracked and hoarse. "Caw, caw." When at last Crow returned to the clearing in the forest, all the animals had disappeared. Only the tops of the tallest trees could be seen, their branches sprouting through the deep snow. The crow flew down close to the pale, pale ground, around and around, until the fire melted the snow and his friends were safe. And this tiny stick of fire became the grandfather of all fires, and for this all the animals on earth thanked Crow. And this tiny stick of fire became the grandfather of all fires, and for this all the animals on earth thanked Crow. They danced and chanted a song of praise. Hiya, 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 hiya. Kind young brave crow saved us from the snow. Flew to the sky high, brought back fire. Now just plain crow, no more rainbow. Hiya, 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 hiya. And at last, all alone, Crow flew off to a distant tree where he wept. He was no longer beautiful. He could no longer sing a sweet song. His rainbow feathers were gone forever. When Snow Spirit emptied the clouds and joined the wind spirit, the snow stopped. The crow so wept. The great Sky Spirit heard Crow and came down from the sky. And when he saw Crow, he said, "Soon the two-legged will appear on earth. He will take the earth and fire and be master of all but you. For being so brave and unselfish, I give the gift of freedom. The two-legged will never hunt you, for your meat tastes like fire smoke. The two-legged will never capture you, for your beautiful voice is now crackling and hoarse. The two-legged will never want your feathers, because your rainbow colors are now black. But your black feathers will shine, and they will reflect the colors on earth. If you look closely, you will see." Then Crow looked, and he saw hundreds of tiny rainbows shining in his black feathers, and he was content. The Great Spirit returned to his home in the distant sky, and Crow happily returned to his friends in the forest, proud that he was now black with shining feathers full of tiny rainbows. And that, my friends, is Rainbow Crow, retold by Nancy von Laan and illustrated by Beatrice Vidal. What I like about this book is that no matter how you sound or how you look, people will always appreciate you for what you do to bring them happiness and safety. And with that, I thank you for listening to my read, and I bid you farewell.